Hello City, welcome back to the channel. It's a girl Vermo. Today I'm back with another video, and this is from Black Conservative. This is from Black Conservative perspective, and we have Trunkers move to boycott New York City. Wow. As a real estate investor goes off on Trump. $355 million fraud fine. Ooh. Guys, can't wait to get into this. But before we get started, we have some amazing people watching us for the first time. If you are new here, hello, I'm Vera. I do reaction videos. If it is something that you love, why not join Vera City? Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And with that, guys, let's go.
You go, Cannon, New York. You will see all the emptiness tonight in the truck stop. Trucker strike tomorrow, New York, good luck.
New York, New York, New York. Fucking with Trump. Fucking with Trump. Now the truckers ain't trying to deliver y'all produce, y'all goods for 3 years. If you're in New York, you better get up out of there.
Wow.
I think groceries are high now. Y'all better respect Trump's gangster, and y'all better respect that MAGA crowd.
That's why New Yorkers should be concerned. The fine people of New York should ask themselves, why are we such a loser state? How are we going to attract business? It's not just the existing businesses that are fleeing out to Texas and Florida. What about new money like this that I'm talking about, like a $4 billion data center? Not a chance I would put that in New York. Zero probability, never. And so they've got a lot of work to do to find themselves getting out of this situation. This has all occurred post-pandemic. Winner states versus loser states. Look at Tennessee right now, fastest growing city in America, Nashville, winner state, good policy, competitive taxes. You've got to start thinking about this in the context of winners and losers. New York, mega loser state.
Got to talk about the $355 million fine that has been issued against former President Trump by woke New York Manhattan Supreme Court Justice Arthur Aragon, involving the fraud case against Trump's businesses, okay? And this is a big deal because there are a lot of people that are pissed off, okay? And we got to talk about the two groups of people that are pissed off the most outside of, obviously, Trump voters and Trump supporters. We're pissed about this because clearly and obviously this is politically motivated. This is just a part of the Democrats and the left strategy to try to destroy Trump. This is just on the financial front. They're trying to destroy Trump while also trying to throw him in jail for trumped up political charges related to January 6th in the election. But again, this is the financial front here. Okay, you also have the reputation front when it comes to, you know, the allegations of Me Too and stuff like that. So again, they're trying to destroy Trump on all fronts. Okay, this is the financial front, and you have truckers that are pissed, right? They're pissed, and they're vowing to boycott New York City, right? To shut down the city, essentially raising the price of goods because supply will be limited. And the idea is that this will cause enough damage that it will send a message, okay? I'm not sure if it's actually going to fix anything or, you know, help reverse the ruling, but they're sending a message that, hey, we're not going to stand for these political persecutions. If you try to financially bankrupt Trump, we will try to financially bankrupt you. And that's essentially the gist of the point of the protest. And this is what they're planning on doing.
Well, some of President Trump's supporters are pushing back against what they see as an unfair justice system, threatening a boycott that could have a major impact on the country's largest city. Some truck drivers say they're planning on refusing shipments to and from New York City in protest of that $355 million verdict against the former president in his business fraud trial. Dre Clark is live in Manhattan with the latest. Dre, what could this boycott do to prices, not just in New York, but for all of us across the country?
Well, certainly if truck drivers were to boycott New York City, the impact has the potential to be very damaging and very quickly. We're talking about supermarkets, big box stores, and other businesses that rely heavily on trucking. They would feel the pinch, and so would their customers. About 90% of communities here in New York City rely heavily on trucking to move their goods. This morning, we're on the Jersey side of the George Washington Bridge, and every day you can see hundreds, if not thousands, of trucks crossing the bridge from Jersey into the city. Meanwhile, one man is now telling truck drivers not to come to New York City after former President Trump was hit with that massive multi-million-dollar fine last week. Take a listen.
I've been on the radio talking to drivers for about the last hour 15 minutes, and I'm talking to at least 10 drivers going the other way. I'm heading down from Southern Wisconsin, and they're going to start refusing loads in New York City starting on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, the man calls himself Chicago Ray, and as of last night, his post on X, formerly Twitter, had garnered more than 6 million views and 60,000 likes. Former President Trump also caught wind of what Chicago Ray is doing and reposted Ray's video on his platform, Truth Social. But it's hard to ascertain exactly how many drivers are answering his call and what kind of impact it may have. It's not an organized effort, and the drivers expressing support for Chicago Ray, they're scattered all across the country. We did reach out to the Teamsters Union, the union representing many truck drivers, but did not get a response. We also contacted and tried to call at least the National Supermarket Association, which is based here in New York City, but did not get a response. Meanwhile, Chicago Ray says he and other truckers are irate over Judge Arthur Engoron's fining former President Trump more than $355 million for fraud. Ray, like the former president, believes it's a form of election interference. Meanwhile, we talked to one driver who says she's joining the movement to boycott New York City, and she says if things go as planned, the city could pay a big price.
It could shut New York City down. And, I don't want to hurt the people of New York. That's not what I'm trying to do. But my part in it, if New York just loses 10%, just 10% of the trucks that go in there, their prices are going to skyrocket on everything from milk to eggs to any type of goods that the consumer needs. And when that happens, it's going to cost everybody more money.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, so truckers are pissed. Also, real estate investors are pissed as well, too, because they see this as an assault on real estate. And I've covered this before in regards to Kevin O'Leary and his opinion on this fraud trial into Trump's business. And he's basically saying, look, they're basically taking down Trump for things that a lot of real estate investors do, right? I mean, what he does is par for the course. Clearly politically motivated, okay? They're sending a message to real estate investors that, hey, if you get into politics, don't cross the establishment or this is what we're going to do to you. And Kevin O'Leary is furious, right? He is upset. He's angry. He's going off again on Fox Business in regards to this assault on real estate by this judge in this Trump ruling. And I want to talk about it. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, BioTrust. If the appearance of wrinkles, fine lines, and other signs of aging on your face and body are getting worse, it may just be more than New Year's stress. Wrinkles and other typical marks of aging are one of the biggest signs that your collagen levels are getting detrimentally low. It becomes more crucial with each passing year to get more collagen in your diet in order to save your skin, which is why myself and thousands of other people are starting to use multi-collagen to renew and revitalize the way you look and feel. This collagen uniquely provides your body 5 different types of collagen from 4 different food sources, whereas most other collagen supplements only provide 2. It is formulated to reduce visible signs of aging, reduce wrinkles, promote a youthful glow, promote elasticity, and skin hydration. You can experience the incredible benefits of multi-collagen at a 53% discount. Plus, receive free live health and fitness coaching for life, a new ebook titled The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free shipping. Order now by going to healthwithpatriot.com. Again, that is healthwithpatriot.com.
I mean, just leaving the whole Trump thing out of it and seeing what occurred here, and I'm no different than any other investor. I'm shocked at this. I can't even understand or fathom the decision at all. There's no rationale for it. And so let me give you a real-time experience I'm having regarding this, and I'm not the only one. It doesn't matter what the governor says. New York was already a loser state.
Wow.
Like California is a loser state. There are many loser states because of policy, high taxes, uncompetitive regulation. It was already on the top of the list of being a loser state.
AKA run by Democrats, right? States run by Democrats, okay? Kevin O'Leary, you should have just said that more directly, okay? They're loser states because of policies that have been implemented by Democrats. That's exactly what he actually really should be saying, okay, in more direct terms, so people don't get it twisted.
I would never invest in New York now, and I'm not the only person saying that. And here's a real-time situation. In development in real estate right now, the hottest asset class is very high-end data centers. They cost anywhere from $2.5 to $3.5 billion each. They're very expensive. They require low power. You need permits, but most of the major institutions in the world need more data centers, and that's why developers like me are doing this. Now, you need power. So New York has Niagara Falls. Normally, you'd consider that to put in one of these facilities, create 400 jobs, 5 more jobs for each of one of those for auxiliary services. I can't go to New York. So I'm going to Oklahoma, North Dakota, West Virginia.
AKA red states, right? Business-friendly states. Let me tell you something. You know, there are stories about how the Joe Biden economy is booming in red states, right? This is what they're trying to say. They're trying to say, well, the economy is booming in red states, which, I mean, hey, there could be some truth to that in the sense that you have a lot of these businesses that are leaving these liberal cities and they're going to these red states that are doing better because they're more business friendly, okay? And they don't have to worry about their businesses being shut down because of some random pandemic, okay? And maybe there is some economic benefit to it that they are experiencing. Now, the country overall, I think, is in bad shape. But again, it could be these liberal cities. It could be these blue states dragging down the economy overall, okay, because of Biden's policies. But, you know, you're going to see massive growth in red states, man. I mean, red states are the place to be, okay? I mean, you're talking about moving to the Midwest or moving, to Florida or down south or Texas or whatever. Everybody's going there, man. People are leaving these liberal cities because people see the writing on the wall in regards to the authoritarianism there and high taxes and the cost of living. You're not getting your bang for your buck. Now, what I would love to see happen, and I'm not sure if there anybody has proposed this, I would actually like to see the government pushed out to the conservative states, right? The federal government, right? I would actually like to see the bureaucrats in D.C., okay, downsized first and foremost, cut in half, and then pushed out to some of the red states where they're going to be more likely to hire individuals of conservative backgrounds, right? All of these liberals, that are all, stuffed into Washington, D.C. and in the Northeast corridor. I think that's part of the problem with our partisan politics in the sense that, our government is full of liberals, right? It's because our government is basically fixed in liberal areas of the country, right? So when you talk about hiring people for these positions in government, yeah, they're more likely to be hiring people that are going to be of liberal ideology. But if you, kind of push out some of these government institutions, some of these, entities into red states where, okay, well, we got to hire some people that are in this area, that not only benefits the economy, but also helps ideologically get people in these jobs that swing more conservative. So I not only want to see businesses move to red states, I also want to see the government downsize and some of those government institutions, moved out to red states as well too. I really am very, 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 I'm very long on red states and in the future of some of these cities, these mid-sized cities, more particularly in red states that are smaller and more business friendly.
Governor Stitt, Kevin Stitt, my staff have met with him. Governor Bergen, the same thing. Governor Justice. Those are winner states. They don't do things like this. I have to syndicate that debt and all that equity. We're talking billions of dollars here. Do you think any foreign institution or any private equity firm or any pension fund would touch New York? No. And that's why New Yorkers should be concerned. The fine people of New York should ask themselves, why are we such a loser state? How are we going to attract business? It's not just the existing businesses that are fleeing out to Texas and Florida. What about new money like this that I'm talking about, like a $4 billion data center? Not a chance I would put that in New York. Zero probability. Never. And so they've got a lot of work to do to find themselves getting out of this situation. This has all occurred post-pandemic. Winner states versus loser states. Look at Tennessee right now, fastest growing city in America, Nashville. Winner state, good policy, competitive taxes. You've got to start thinking about this in the context of winners and losers. New York, mega loser state.
Wow.
So, Kevin, what did you think of Governor Hochul saying this is like a unique one and done because Donald Trump went too far and was so nefarious? You guys, if you're just doing what you should be doing, you have nothing to worry about. But
that's bullshit, right? No, what it really is, it's a political message. It's saying, look, if you're rich, if you're a billionaire, again, it's not just the real estate investors, but if you're a billionaire and you're thinking about getting in politics, you better stay in line, right? If you don't stay in line, we will financially bankrupt you. There will be financial consequences for falling out of line with the establishment, right? That's what it is. It's really a message to anybody rich enough to essentially not have to rely on, establishment money in order to run, because that, again, that's how they control politicians, right? The politicians are controlled through campaign financing and fundraising and the lobbyists, okay? Because they have to go out and they have to fundraise. They don't have their own money. So they have to take money from this group and that group, okay? And they have to basically toe a certain line in order to actually have a chance of getting funding, okay? Now, if you're a billionaire, you don't have to do that. You can fund your own campaign. You can fund your own ads. You can use social media, right? In 2024, it's a lot easier for a billionaire or somebody with a decent amount of money to run for higher office. So they see that, right? And they see that this is probably not going to be the last time that you have a billionaire that can essentially just kind of fund his own campaign and bypass the traditional establishment route to achieve higher office like President of the United States. And they're sending a message that if you do that and you fall out of line with the establishment, this is what's going to happen. That is what this really is about.
they're very worried about it.
Yeah, we're very worried. Every investor's worried because where is the victim? Who lost money? This is some arbitrary decision a judge made. This policy and what this says, what does this say about the bar, the legal bar in New York? Aren't they going to question this judge? What is this? $355 million and there's dollars as a penalty, and there's plus interest at 9%, and there's no victim? I mean, I'm sorry, her words fall on deaf ears to everybody. There's nothing she can say to justify this decision. And this has nothing to do with Trump. Nothing to do with Trump. Forget about Trump. This is not a Trump situation. This is a New York problem now. The whole world is looking at this saying, what are you doing to yourselves?
Well put, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't fall in line politically, this is what they can do to you, right? So I understand why, he's upset with his ruling. I can understand why any real estate investor would be upset with his ruling, because essentially they can go after anybody, right? They could bankrupt anybody. They could tank anybody's business. Okay, if they can take this guy's business, they can take your business. When Trump wasn't doing anything that any other real estate investor wasn't doing. Okay, there was no victim here. Okay, the banks have their own way of evaluating assets. Just because Trump feels like his asset is, worth a certain amount of money, doesn't mean that that's what it's worth on the market, right? What is worth on the market is whatever somebody is willing to pay for it, okay? And banks can have their own evaluations, and the bank's evaluation is going to be the main indicator for issuing a loan, okay? They got paid back their loans, right? Trump has not had any trouble paying back his loans to the banks, okay? He didn't get over on the banks. He didn't stiff the banks. He's fine. But yet they're punishing him for something that is a common practice in that business. And it's sad. It really is. Okay. This is what red pills normal people. Normal people are saying what they're doing to Trump, and they're saying, well, yeah, this is not right. It's not right to do this to one man simply because you disagree with him politically, or more so you don't like the fact that he is against the establishment. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Peace. Wow, that was a lot. Oh, New York, New Yorkers. So apparently there's a problem with New Yorkers, New York City. Why is New York City against Donald Trump? Why did they refuse him? And now the whole of New York is now going down. Most people are against New York. I think New York City, they are the Democrats, so they are anti-Trump. It's just crazy. What do you guys have to say about this? What do you think about this video? A lot was said in here, and because of our time, I don't want to start going into full details, but I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Share your comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a huge thumbs up, and please share this video. And if you're new here, join the gang, join Veracity. Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that's, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.